After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Stroud begins with a pass. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They'll go play action with Stroud. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by Frankie Luvu.
Yeah, that's just a tough break here in the early going of this postseason, Mike. Everyone stresses the value of the ball, especially in the playoffs. Not only does that interception put an end to this drive, but it also gives all the momentum here early to their opponent.
Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Another run here for Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Off he goes. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Initially, they do a really nice job of bringing pressure, but what you can't do anytime you're playing an athletic quarterback like this, Mike, is you can't let him escape the pocket. You got to keep him on his spot. Seemed like everybody was chasing their own sack instead of just rushing him as a unit.
A short game, down to the 7. Now, here's 2nd and goal. Here we go. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. This one caught at the 4. And he nearly takes it in, but they're going to say he's short of the goal line. So now it is 4th and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Brian Robinson, touchdown Commanders. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal. with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Jamin Davis there to make the play. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play here in the big game. 53 yards. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Achane. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Stroud to the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Daniels now on 1st down. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. On 1st and 10, it's Achane. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. On play action, Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. On 2nd down, Stroud. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He'll try to run for it. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. Here we go. Now, faking the give, he'll let this go towards the end zone.
The defender defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunate this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
On second down, Achane. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 6. Here we go. Stroud going to set up to throw. That's into the hands of Dell. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. A run out of the gun with Achane. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. De'Von Achane. Touchdown, Houston.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Now return coming from the 7th. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Come on. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zone. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. Into space. To the 20. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field. And this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Oh, making guys miss. And he's in. Touchdown, Texans. Lutz for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That finds Nacua downfield, complete. And he will dive into the end zone. 74 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw left side finds Dell. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Here's H.A. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, let's go.
From the gun, here's, and for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
They face 2nd down and 7. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big game, and he picks up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, right back to Robinson. He'll work forward for a couple. Christian Harris there on the stop.
Hop 70, 65, 60.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Butker's kick is good. And the Commanders move out in front. The new score, 17-14. After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Going down the center of the field. Open man. And it's taken in. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The motion man is Nacua. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Come on.
Throwing now, Daniel. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
3rd and 9. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Nacua snags it over the middle.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
A give, and here comes Robinson. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Cowboy 80.
They'll go again with Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Okay, break. Let's go now.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
And on a possession where the offense really had their way on the ground, they got to kind of go back to the drawing board and say, is it worth putting the ball in the air? Yes, we want to generate points. We want to push the ball downfield, but none of that matters if you're going to keep turning the ball over.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. Now he'll air one out. And that is incomplete.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of these.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Now a 3rd and 2. Now Stroud. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
On the quick, right?
Back to throw, Stroud. This one complete right side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Here we go.
On the carry, here's Achane. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half.
Here we go.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he will get into the end zone. Take down. Touchdown, Texans.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Unloads downfield, looking for Nacua. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last 2 drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Stroud. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
All right.
On first down, it's Stroud. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
All right.
Now Stroud. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Take down. Touchdown, Houston. That is second touchdown of this Super Bowl. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Texans add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. A dangerous throw, but got it complete over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's going to look downfield once again.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but they continue to get that matchup. This quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Daniels now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And more of the same. Another interception. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
35. Commanders 17.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. To throw is Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Siddick.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. Ben Siddick was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
All right.
On play action, Stroud. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Why, Tony?
To throw is Stroud. Quick throw, taken in.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and 5.
All right.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane, and it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And he's in. Touchdown, Texans. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Go! On the give, it's Robinson. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. 3rd and 6.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. That's the safety, Andre Cisco.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
Here we go.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught by Dell, working his way across the field. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 38 yards.
11. Here we go.
Here's Achane. Good blocking, and he's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Houston. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
That's a short one caught by Sinnott. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Carter, the man in motion. Now, faking the give. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Certain guys just have a knack for making splash plays, and I don't even think you can really coach it. I mean, this guy, first he has a pick, now a sack. He comes up with a fumble recovery, Mike. He's getting the football equivalent of a hat trick, and
that's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position, a huge chance to cut into the deficit. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Here we go.
Daniels now going to look to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
3rd down and 9.
Ready?
Throwing now. Daniels. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Come on.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
They'll go. It's Robinson, and he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the 3rd quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one. These situations here, Mike, you can see this defensive line is just chomping at the bit. They can see a safety coming. They don't quite get the safety in this case. They still hold him to no gain. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey.
Once again, it's Achane. And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
All right.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 88 yards. Touchdown, Houston. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the... Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. 1 quarter remains here in the... A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Take down. Touchdown, Texans. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Let's go. Ready?
On 1st down, Daniels. In trouble, and down he goes.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Here we go.
They run over center with Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll go. Here's Daniels. That's taken in by Dotson. He is in. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
On the quick, right?
Here's a give to Achane. A gain there of 16 yards. First down for Houston.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it.
Here we go.
And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Not much developing there. Short pickup. Down to the 47. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Flash. Robin. Good.
Throwing is Stroud. A dive and a catch. Incredible. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one. Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
All right.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. This one is caught by Dotson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. A gain there of 15. Good for a Commanders first down.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this situation. 3rd and inches, just let your quarterback kind of barrel forward and get a fresh set of downs. But a nice change up here, giving the ball to your back. Not only does he pick up the first down, but he gets plenty of yards after that.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go play action here with Daniels. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
Let's go now.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Achane. The offense is out there. 4th and inches. From the gun, here's Stroud. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Okay, ready?
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Strike.
To throw is Daniels. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Bronco 80. Ready?
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He'll look deep. Left sideline. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike. He realized there was probably no opportunity to come away with the interception. Next best thing, get your hand on it, break up the pass, put an end to that play pretty quick.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
He's got his man, complete to Dell. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On the handoff, this is Achane. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. And the Texans have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Goodell making the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to the Houston Texans, the champions of Super Bowl 62. So that'll do it for another spectacular season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Greg Olson, and our entire crew, I'm Mike Tirico. We'll do it again come the fall. Till then, so long from the Super Bowl.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and peak the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena.
Yeah. One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect, I don't need nothing on me. The Father made way for me, feel just like Bronny. I got my little belly, my blessings, they on me. They rain, yeah, you see how I'm coming. Come on. It sound like we drumming. I reach on my goals like my nephew be dope. Back on the rim, riding on rim. Came in all black to that, I came back to my to that ripping no Cadillac. Feel like a Cadillac, nothing but class. It's never been average, never been on. Averix on me, I'm tougher than homie Javante. The fight is my mantra, I want it, I will. Get you a wheel, they carry it. We fighting a little, my is all. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag, on God. My bag on God. Back in my duffel, don't fear no opponent. You know I'm gon' hustle like rubber band on it. Counting my blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. Got all these like Malcolm and Shotty. That's word to my mama, tatted on my body. My left arm, they ain't left arm, they still doing harm. Bodies on bodies, cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolphin. I'm crying for Nipsey, been feeling like Lauren. Carried the cross, got the sun in my eyes. Grew for this, I ain't meant to be no bride. I'm married, but I know you still feel obliged. Bounce on these, I learned from Sanaa. Back in my bag and as big as a duffel. With blessings on blessings, I came through this struggle, I'm back.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Yeah, yeah. I came through the rain and I came through the thunder. I pushed through the pain, I'm laughing at summer. My hair was way hotter, I feel like a starter. Escape with my truth, I came back like Nirvana. Road is all rocky, it's nothing I real. Go back to back, baby, can't no one here see us. Stomach it all tied, look like a Leah. Went back and forth and back, just like a cornerback. Yeah, yeah, you got veins, I respect whole veins. Tell them get low, man. Just flying high, I gave them low, man. Two for the color the whip. Culinary on my wrist, cooking you, I ain't forgot what you did. State of it all, eventually falls. Frequency, this is the ship, I'm home.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my I'm back in my bag on God.
So sentimental when I step in the middle, when I do a little dance till it turns daylight. So jump, 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 yeah.
listening to the album, good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Ground music, riding in the years, I use title up, you lose. I approve, I bet, I step and approve. Straight up the ground, make all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me up in your money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted that her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she likes. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. In and out of DMs, tryna be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt off when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You need a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them team that went the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles, up her brothers. I said, jumping back, been lit, you at. She was just running, Emmett Smith, running back. She had to make it, rubbing it, just caught up. Then she got me paying down, painting nails, calling me sound like the heads of the way I be chasing. You know she got them
brands of the bed.
I'm in Miami, so we know the
bands of the jet.
I called her door back with a 50, she wanted this. She said, about to make me cancel this L. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy own. Payment good, if she good is gone, boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones for the knowledge. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes.
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Like damn, why I get a like Aaron, I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, tryna avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 4